Like a lot of the millennial generation, when I was at university, I had all this ambition and energy to do good things and to change the world and to have an impact, but I didn't know how to do it. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 ways you can have an impact on the world. We all think that to change the world and to have an impact, you have to do big things, but actually it's about starting small. Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. And it's exactly that. When you think about the climate change and creating a sustainable planet, we have to do the small things as well, like recycling and using less plastic. And it's exactly the same idea when it comes to having an impact on the world. You have to do the small things as well. If, for example, everyone watching this video, let's say 100 views, optimistically, if everyone did something nice or improved someone's day every day for a year, over the course of a year, it'd be almost 40,000 days improved, whatever that metric is. And that's suddenly actually a really big effect. It's not about having a huge change always. It's often about changing yourself and impacting those around you so that you can then improve the world and have an impact that way. A really good example of this is a friend of mine who's been meditating since she's about 12 years old, so for about 13 years. And she does it so consistently and lives the benefits of it so obviously, because she's so sort of energetic and calm and serene, that she's convinced so many people to take up meditation as well and improve their lives that way. And then those people have gone on to convince other people to do meditation. So by being the change that she wants to see, which is, you know, a peaceful and calm mind and person, she's actually impacted loads of other people that way. And I think that's a really, really nice example. It's like a ripple effect, a domino effect. By being the person that you think is a good person for the world, you can actually impact the world and change the world like that. Work on the world's most pressing problems. So there's this website called 80,000 Hours, which based around the idea that you have 80,000 hours in your career if you work 40 hours a week for 50 years. 40 hours a week for 50 weeks a year for 40 years. So you have that amount of time to contribute to something, to do something with your life. And 80,000 hours do this research into what makes a fulfilling career. And the thing that they conclude is that most people get fulfillment from doing something that is valuable. So they research, how can you provide as an individual the most value to the world? They research what the impact would be for one extra person to join that specific problem. And the problems they are focusing on are, you know, the ones that we generally know about, like climate change, global famine, global healthcare, legislation around AI so that the robots don't kill us, international politics, so global governance and how governments interact and how global funds are distributed, and building effective altruism, which we'll talk about later, but it's basically donating your money in the most effective way possible. So they research these things, and I'll link the website in the description so you can check it out. But the idea is that if you work on these problems, you're going to have the most impact on the world. So if you're wondering about what career to do or what to do with your life, they have like a job board, they have a careers guide about like how to think about this kind of thing. And they advise that following your passion is actually really bad advice. I think that's true if you exclusively follow your passion, and they do caveat it with that. It's good to have some passion for the thing that you're doing, obviously. So they have a job board and a podcast and a job guide, and you can look at all these things and kind of figure out where you can have the most impact. So it's actually a really practical way of going about solving this problem. Make money, make some bank. That is how you can have a huge impact on the world. Imagine if you're Jeff Bezos, you know, 80 billion pounds or whatever he is worth at the moment. I just Googled it, he's actually worth 200 billion. So imagine if you had 200 billion pounds, you could do some serious impact. And that is the thing that people often forget. Yes, you absolutely need the people on the ground. You need charities and you need volunteers, but money is an incredibly effective resource. And one of the best ways you can use your money if you want to have an impact is to donate. But it's about donating effectively. So there's this thing called effective altruism, which is where you donate to funds that then use your money in the most effective way because they've researched which charities and which organizations are going to use it to solve the world's most pressing problems in the most cost-efficient way. The website's called effectivealtruism.org, so if you want to donate, then I'll link it in the description. But the point is, if you have money, you can do more things and you can have more of an impact in the areas that you want to have an impact in. So maybe if you want to have a really big impact on the world, one of the best things you could do would be getting a well-paid corporate job and grinding away for years and years, and eventually you probably build up quite a significant amount of wealth, and then you can use that to donate. I work as a management consultant in the corporate world at the moment, and so I can donate some of the money that I earn. Make money, donate effectively is a really good way to have an impact on the world. Do what excites you. Howard Thurman, who was an American civil rights leader and mentor to Martin Luther King, said, "Don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive and go do it, because what the world needs is people who have come alive." You're going to have an impact by being energetic and passionate and interested in the things that you are doing. I think there's a balance between doing something that has a good impact and also something that makes you come alive, but I think his point is really true. So find the thing that excites you. If you don't know what excites you or you're struggling, I made a video about how to know what to do with your life, which you can click on here. But the main idea is to seek clarity and to generate clarity. Clarity is not something that we just have, it is something that we can generate over time. We just have to seek it. And how you do that is to explore, to try new things, and to learn about yourself. So watch the video, but that is the main idea if you don't know what to do. Living infinitely. This is an idea from my boy Simon Sinek, so I'm going to let him talk you through it.
What does it mean to live an infinite life? Clearly, our lives are finite. We're born, we die, we come, we go. But life is infinite. The game of life will continue with us or without us. Which means every single one of us has a choice. We don't get to choose the nature of the game. Life is infinite. We don't even get to choose if we want to play in the game or not. Once you're born, you're in it. We get one choice. Do you want to play with a finite mindset? Or do you want to play with an infinite mindset? To play with a finite mindset means waking up every day and say, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to be better than everybody else, I'm going to accumulate more power, more responsibility, more money, whatever it is, whatever your metric is, I'm going to get more than anybody else. Me. And when you die, you take none of it with you. Or we can choose to live our lives with an infinite mindset, which means I'm going to leave this world, this school, in better shape than I found it. It means I'm going to devote my life to see that those around me rise. And we know that we're living with an infinite mindset because our obsession is seeing that we have an impact on the lives of the people around us. We've all had teachers, and some of you are those teachers, where 20 or 30 years from now, I can go to one of your students and say, you're a remarkable human being, you've accomplished so much in your life. How did you become the person you are today? And they will tell me your name. We all remember the teacher who believed in us. We all remember the teacher who had our backs. We all remember the teacher who saw something in us that nobody else saw. We've forgotten all the others, but we remember those couple. And that's what it means to live with an infinite mindset. It means we divert ourselves to that mindset for everyone in our lives. That other teachers will say that about us. Other principals will say that about us. Other students will say that about us. Our friends will say that about us. I am who I am today because of you, and I will commit to live the same life that you taught me how to live. And you will literally live on beyond your own lifestyle, your own lifetime. That when you're gone, others will carry your work for you. This is what it means to live an infinite life, and it is just a choice.
I hope that was useful around how to have an impact. It's not about doing big things, it's about starting small, focusing on the micro, and then having an impact on the macro over time. Going from you outwards, like the ripple effect, like whatever it is, a drop in of rain in a pond. It's like the sustainability argument. You have to you have to turn the plugs off, you have to use less plastic, you have to recycle. It all contributes, and it creates a movement of improvement. Well, I like that. A movement of improvement. Who knew that would come out? So if you want to have an impact, be the change you want to see in the world. And I'm going to leave you with this ancient Greek proverb, which is such a lovely idea, and it's that a society grows great when people plant trees in whose shade they know they will never sit. I just think that's amazing. If you're interested in this kind of thing, feel free to check out these videos here about generating clarity and having an impact. But otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you got some value. I'll see you in the next one.